And here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Marjorie. It's so good to see you again. Long time no see. Well, last time was at the OBM Live, so
Yeah.
really exciting. And now you're here. I think I have to. Oh, then we have the first viewer. So maybe you can let us. I think I have to talk a little bit of German at the moment because many of the audience will be German. But so, also hallo erstmal. Ich hoffe, man kann uns hören und sehen. This must be weird for you now, right? Ja, wir haben heute Marjorie hier. Marjorie ist eine zertifizierte OBM, so wie ich, die mit mir gemeinsam durch die ganze Prüfungssache mit durchgegangen ist und die wahnsinnig viel jetzt schon in den letzten Wochen auf die Beine gestellt hat, in den letzten Monaten, wovon sie heute berichten wird. So, wenn du Fragen hast, stell sie gerne in die Kommentare auf Englisch, auch auf Deutsch, dann werde ich es übersetzen. So, for those who are joining us and talking English, I know that there will be some of them. Marjorie is here to answer all your questions and tell us about her journey becoming an OBM, what she did and what was going really well, what was maybe not so well. I'm so excited to hear that. So just bombard us with your questions and yeah, let's get this started. So Marjorie, welcome.
Yay! I'm excited about this.
You have matching colors. This is like a dress code, which was not before mentioned, but okay.
I love the name, Certified OBM International Live. So I'm like, okay, I gotta look professional internal.
Oh. I hope you are. So.
Because you know the drill though, right? We're wearing pajamas beneath us.
yeah. It's like in German we have the same like oben hui unten pfui, which means in the top you're looking amazing, but down you're wearing just your pajamas and you're fine. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Petra.
I'm so happy you made it here and that we have all this juggling with time zones for me was like going crazy. It was like, what time is it now? But
I told you I'm time zone illiterate, right? So I had to double check with you. This is this time now in Canada. What time is it? Anyways, hey, hello everybody. Good morning from where I am.
Anna's there. Hello. Hi, Anna. So, Marge, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your story. Where did you come from and when did you get the decision that okay, I have to become an OBM, and how did you get to know about what is an OBM? And I have so many questions. Just start. I know you.
Sounds good, but you have to tell me to stop sometimes. Okay, Marge, stop.
I will.
Because sometimes I get carried away with this topic because I really love my OBM title. Anyway, my background. I came from the Philippines. I moved to Canada 6 years ago. And I thought this was the finish line, like this was the ultimate dream of my dreams, And then I got here and then I started asking, like, this is it? This is it? I feel like I'm meant for more. So I went back to school because they said in order for you to be to get the best jobs here in Canada, you have to be Canadian certified or something like that. So went back to school, I got my certificate, and then true enough, it really opened doors for me, and I became an education specialist to the how do I call that? Government. My employer was government. So I love it. I love it so much. I was getting, if you don't know Filipinos, we were brought up to want to become a nurse, I remember my video when I was in kindergarten, and then my mom asked me, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be a nurse. And I thought that was really what I wanted to be. And then this job, I was getting paid as a nurse. So I'm like, okay, so I don't need to study science anymore because I really don't like science. And then and then I really struggled at my my career, right? Like where I really want to go. It's not so much about what I can do, because skill set is different from what sparks joy, right? Like what sparks joy. And so I started to explore the online space.
Mhm.
You know, some people, they get scared when they get targeted with Facebook ads.
Yeah.
I giddy, but I like, how did they know? Like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want to learn this thing, right?
Mhm.
Whenever I get targeted for ads that I really want to see, and
Mhm.
I want to learn this thing. How do you make these things work? So I started buying courses after courses after courses, and then I got stuck. You know,
Yeah.
I got stuck, and then I was spending money I didn't have.
Mm.
I started e-commerce. I started, I don't know, social media marketing and all these other service provider opportunities out there. And then I just couldn't get myself to earn the money that I wanted to earn, right? To replace my nurse paying job. Um, and then I stumbled upon this virtual assistant program. I bought it, but it didn't sit right with me. You know, I
Yeah.
was very reluctant because back in my home country,
Mm.
I was already in the corporate space, and I was handling people already, and I'm like, I'm a VA, like it just didn't
Yeah.
sit right with
Like,
me.
like I was somehow experiencing the same back then. Like I was doing a management job in e-learning, and then I left the company, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? Okay, VA sounds like what I always did, so let's go for it. And then you feel this like you're so close, but not yet. So tell
Yeah,
me.
just because I didn't know what to call myself. So
Mm.
I was a VA. And then my superpowers were chatbots, because at
Mm.
the time I read the book The One Thing. And
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, I just read it and I just gave the advice to all my mentees saying this is the book you have to read. Yeah.
right, because it forces you to focus on
Yeah.
one and make that decision and be okay with it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. I was trying to be jack of all trades, and then I realized they don't know me for something, right?
Mm.
So I needed to be known for something. And at that time, chatbots were really new. So
Yeah.
that's
But
2018,
here
right?
they are still. But I know some people using them, but here is still like you have to when you're traveling to Germany, it's like time traveling a bit.
So
I feel like this sometimes.
but chatbots, they're so the name itself, it's very intimidating. You would think that it's so hard. It's not. It's actually
Mm.
the easiest among the digital marketing skills out there.
Mhm, yeah, but and I saw it. I mean, I went to one of your challenges, and I also saw some other people using chatbots, and I had with you, I had directly feeling, okay, this is like a warm welcome. A chatbot can do this. It's not like just okay, send me which is your best email address, thank you, and go on. This is
And it's very
great.
conversational, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, yeah.
And the
Surprise.
best part for marketers, the best part, what's happening in the back end is that it's so easy, short and sweet copy, you know?
Yeah. No
Yeah.
long email series, just like you do it today. I mean, we're talking, we're using Voxer, we're using here it is more WhatsApp or the Messenger. Some use Slack, and this language is so much more common to us. Feels so more comfy. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Emails, they work, they still work to this
Yeah.
day. They still do. It's just that the open rates are just not as good as when you do it with chat apps, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm,
So so anyway, and then I got stuck. And then this year, for some reason, for those of you guys who don't believe in affirmations and visualization, you got to start believing in it.
Yeah. The universe is talking to you all the time.
Right? And this year, because I got so stuck, I declared that this is going to be my best year ever because I'm turning 40.
And you just turned 40, yeah? just a few days ago. Congratulations.
Yeah, of course.
Like birthday.
You do. Happy birthday.
Yeah, Scorpio's in the house, right?
Scorpio rule. Hello, guys. Anyways, what happened next? And then because I was a chatbot builder, right? And then I have a company. Yeah, I registered it, so it's considered a company, a company of one. And then that's another book, Petra, that I would recommend.
Okay.
A company of one.
Write that down. This is now the first, okay.
A company of. I love everything that has one word in it.
Yeah. That's great.
So I just bought the Audible version. But anyways, so I gave myself permission to, because I was struggling, right? I was trying to figure out, and I was buying courses after courses. And you know what? Early this year, I even hired 3 coaches. Again, I spent money I didn't have. I hired a business coach. I hired an anxiety coach because I thought I was having anxiety. Because why can't I go live? Why can't I go live? Because my business coach said I have to go live. And then my anxiety coach said, you don't force yourself to do that. You have to go back in alignment with yourself. And then I also have a confidence on camera coach. So and then it wasn't working still. It wasn't working. Yeah.
You're taking all of that, like, okay, somewhere it has to be. Somehow I need that, yeah.
Yes. I was going for external, outside coming in.
Yeah.
When all this time, what I learned was it's inside out. It means you should trust and have faith in yourself that you already have it in you. You already got it. All you have to do is execute and just work, take action, not consume. Because guess what? All those things that I bought in the past, they're just sitting there because I don't need them yet.
Yeah, and it's so often like I was reading like over 70% of online courses have never been opened up. Like people keep on buying them because I need still this. Maybe I need that, or maybe I need this to add to my qualifications.
Yeah.
You don't need. You just have to do it. Take that thing and go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so and then I was stuck, right? I made a declaration that 2020 is going to be my best year ever. That's February, and I was listening to this daily affirmations. Like, this is going to be the best year ever, and I didn't know how. The how just revealed itself, right? So I prayed. That was really the time when I surrendered. I don't know about you guys, but I went back to my faith, and then I said, I surrender, Lord. If this is this really what you want for me to do? Because I don't know where this desire in my heart came from. If it didn't come from you, please take it away, because I don't want it. I don't want it. I want you to use me for your goodness. Like I want to be used by you. I want to go home. I want to go home. So my home is like, I want to go back to faith, right? And then I surrendered. And then I don't know how you would take this, but that's what happened when I surrendered. And for the first time, I gave myself permission to watch Netflix.
Whoa.
Because I never did that. I felt like I didn't have the right to watch Netflix until I figured this online thing out. So I refused it. Every time my kids would invite me to watch, especially series, no, the answer would always be no, you can do that, but not mommy. And then I watch Netflix, and then yes, I will be tempted to go back to my computer and work again and figure it out again. But I'm like, no, no, no. Right now, you need to really step back and go back to your core values, reevaluate your desires, reevaluate your dreams. Is this really what you want? And so, and then I gave God a deadline.
Oh, that's brave.
I said, Lord,
Deadline. Great. I like that.
I said, Lord, I can't hear your voice. I said, okay, so here's how we're gonna talk. Okay, so that I understand what you're saying. I said at the end of February, if I don't receive any signs from you, I will go back to Indeed.com. I need to go back to my headhunters, the
Yeah.
agents that help you find a job that's right for you. And until then, I refused the temptation to take action. I was just really waiting for a sign, and then watched Schitt's Creek and The Crown and all these other series.
Oh, yeah. Well, The Crown I think I have a Netflix account now, so but The Crown I think now they started here in Germany, like with a second season or something. We're a little bit behind, but yeah, okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I just gave myself permission. And
Yeah.
at the time, I was called a chatbot builder, right? That was my title. I was a chatbot builder because I build chatbots. But
Yeah.
it didn't sit right with me. Like, I'm not that techie.
We have to pop up one first question coming up from Anna. Did the deadline work?
It did. It did, Anne. It did. So yeah, so this guy reached out to me. Oh my gosh, like February 18. Remember, my deadline was 29th of this year. It just happened this year. Okay. So, and then I was always chatting with people in the online space. But I made a decision to not do anything, right? So until the end of February, because remember, I gave God a deadline. So, and then like February 18, this guy, we were chatting, and then he said, because I worked for him as a VA before,
Okay.
because he needed a chat bot. And then we worked for a bit, and because he's organic, his methods are organic, and chatbots are really known to give results with paid ads when combined with paid ads. And so, and I didn't really want to explore the paid ads option. I really just want to watch the journey in the chatbots, right? So I really didn't want to start complicating the entire thing. So this guy reached out to me and said, I really want you back. And then I said, but what you can afford is not enough for me to give my all to you. I know that even if you hire me back, I know that I would still have to look for other clients, and that's not going to be fair for you. So, and then we worked something out, and then he said, so I said, can you give me something to work towards? Right. And then he said, okay, so what does that look like? I said, how about I take care of the back end, and then we sell your thing together, and then revenue share. Let's talk revenue share. If this is only the amount that you can afford, how about if you could sell this much, I get this much, right? And at first I said, I was so brave. I said, how about 20%? And he's like, no, that's too much. I'm not looking for a partnership right now. I just really need help with the back end. So I said, okay, how about 10%? And then he said, deal. I said, yes, okay, let's get to work. And then I created a chatbot. I was in a whiteboard, right? I was in a whiteboard, but because I was stuck for the longest time, I had this idea of how to launch, but I couldn't get myself to face the camera. So that was the missing piece for myself, right? So
we're still talking about February, because now it's just November and we are just like, and I remember your challenges. You're so amazing. Like, you're there.
I again, because God, when I surrendered, I just felt like that was what happened. When I surrendered, everything was just, life happens for you, right?
Mm.
Not to you. So you got to just take action on what's in front of you right now.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then I always consult back, like, is this you? Is this you? So
Mm.
so that's what happened. And then he reached out, and then I looked back at the calendar. I'm like, oh my gosh, God is on time. Like, oh. And
He's a
then
deadline worker.
and then I started to get to work, and I'm like, okay, the whiteboard, the plan that I was originally planning for myself, I applied all of those in his business.
Mm.
Because he had no problem teaching people. He had no problem becoming that attractive character from, sorry, Expert Secrets.
Mm.
Like, you need to
Mhm.
have that. You have to build that connection with your tribe. And he has a following that are very, like, they love him. They're just waiting for him to make an offer. So it
Yeah.
was a hot market. So that's what happened. So, and then he just really needed to figure out the back end. So I applied everything that I learned supposedly for myself, and I applied it in his business, and I focused only in the back end. And
Mm.
guess what? First launch, $75,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, five
Yes.
day challenge, 5 day challenge, $75,000. Okay, how that happened was, remember, we agreed, right? 10%. Okay, um, deal. So I got,
Yeah.
and I built the chatbot. It was just a simple registration chatbot, right?
Mhm.
And then I showed it to him. What do you think? And then he didn't reply to me. And then I went to bed. I woke up. We have 67 registrants. In that chatbot, I really just picked a date just so I could demonstrate to him how it would look like, right? So I picked a date.
Mhm.
It was going to be March 9 to 13. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember, it was February 18, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So I picked a date, March 9 to 13. Hi, and then I came up with a title for the challenge, and then he posted it. He posted the link that I sent him in his Facebook group. And so when I woke up, we had 67 registrants. So it had to happen, right? It had to happen. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. We're actually gonna have a challenge. Now what? So I gave my all because I needed to make money. I wanted to make money so bad. Like, okay, I could give my, oh my gosh, if he could sell 100,000, I could get 10,000 for this, right? So I was already imagining things. I would buy this, and I would, and then yeah, so we did a $75,000 launch, and then
Mhm.
after that, it's so funny when we were creating the offer.
Mhm.
I even added my own things there, like, give them the chatbot. We'll give them the chatbot. I'll hop on calls with them,
Yeah.
just to help him sell. And
Yeah.
then we did. And so yeah, so we had that launch, and then I was a VA, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
It was a very uncomfortable place to be,
Mm.
because this client of mine and I knew that I was more than that.
Yeah. You're deep diving so much in his business, and you were hacking him so much, and then you're just the person who gets stuff done, and that's not it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and technically I partnered with him, right? So
Mhm.
I was like a shareholder. So that's why my interest is bigger than a typical VA
Yeah.
in his business. I needed it to work too,
Yeah.
right? So, because I needed to make money. And so and then we did it again, and then we did it again. So something was working, right?
Mm.
So, and at that time, because I had money, after the first week, I had $75,000 plus the VA salary. um, I stumbled upon Sarah No Kid.
Yeah.
I have heard of this OBM thing for a while now at the
Yeah.
time, but I really didn't. Again, same impression. I thought it was just like
Like a
like
high class BA, something like
yeah,
that. Like a very, you
yeah,
like, yeah, yeah. But
or
it's
maybe
more like
or
online
maybe
business management. When I was reading this, I was like, yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a certification for an OBM. What does that look like?
Mm.
So I binge watched Sarah Naked on YouTube. I'm like, oh, and
I think everybody who met her did, right? Like there's this one weekend that is reserved for Sarah Noka when you first met her.
right? And I just watched her, and I really love Sarah Naked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to be like her. I want to be her. She's so pretty, and I just really love watching her.
Yeah, we just have a problem with the blonde hair, but okay.
Right? But the more I watched her, the more like the stronger the calling was. Like, oh my gosh, this is me. So the next thing I did was to join her group.
Mm,
In
yeah.
her group, he put out an invitation to join the
Mm,
next batch.
yeah.
And at that time, I was already too late for the
Mm,
early bird. So even if it wasn't the early bird price, I'm like, I'm in. And then he made it really hard to get. She said, you have to apply. I'm like, what?
yeah.
Aside from paying you, I need to apply. Like, you don't feel like I'm right for you.
Yeah.
It challenged
Yeah.
me. It
Yeah.
challenged me.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, when you want to book a call with Sarah, like if you want to go in her coaching, then you have to apply a full form. It's not just like 2 questions. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it requires inner work,
Yeah.
and right, like you have to actually answer it,
Mm.
the questions, and deep and dig deep.
Yeah.
So if you were not serious, you won't fill out that form. And I was dead serious. So I filled out the form. I hopped on a call with her, and she said, "You're in." I'm like, "Okay, now I have the money. Let's
Mhm.
get to it."
Yeah.
I joined the next one, and the more I consumed the course, the more aligned I was with myself,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it
And for
was
me,
good.
it was this feeling like finally everything made sense. Like we had all this gut feeling. So for the German people here, das Bauchgefühl, where okay, this is walking in, it's getting into the right direction. I do the right stuff, but then you get all those tools and the standard operating procedures, the SOPs, where you say, now this makes sense. Yeah, it's like.
Exactly. It was like my big aha moment. This is who I am in this online space. This is my title. This sits right with me. And so I mentioned this to my client, and I said, "Hey, I'm working on becoming certified." And he said, "What's that?"
I mean, this is also something for Germans. We're all crazy about certification. So
Oh,
it's like first comes the step where everyone thinks, okay, online business management. Okay, what's that? I'll deep dive into that. And then you find out, okay, so like anyone could be it. Yeah, anyone could become an OBM if you just do something. But then you have this opportunity to join a certified program, and where people know in the end what you've learned. And yeah, tell me about. I mean, we took this journey together, but tell us all about how you experienced it.
oh my gosh. I have completely, I really feel it in my heart. Like I have completely transformed as not just, I think, as a person as a whole, because it's like knowing who you are and who your parents are, it's like you've been in this space for a long time, and you don't know who you are, like you have no identity.
Yeah.
And this OBM certification gave me that identity. And so I turned from a timid, shy, insecure, all these negative adjectives here to describe me, to confident, I think sometimes too much, because I'm just so excited about everything. I became truly confident about what I can bring to the table when I
Mhm.
finally got my OBM certification, identity, my OBM identity. So and now, again, before I didn't know I could charge this much, right?
Mm.
It was so hard for me. My psychological wallet was just
Mm.
not ready to receive that much money.
Mm.
I thought, but I was, because here in Canada, I don't know in Germany, but
Mm.
you, at least for the background that I have, right? We get paid per hour or per
Yeah.
contract, right? There's always a
Mm.
limit. And here in this online space, there's no limit. You're the only one who can put a limit to yourself, your services, right? So that's my biggest aha moment. And the more, and because of this wins that I had with this client, and my OBM training, which really helped me hone into that leadership role. You're
Mm.
not just an employee anymore. You're not just one of them. You are stepping into a leadership role. And that really, I had to wear that leadership hat all the time and get really good at making hard decisions, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes, despite of the client,
Yeah.
despite of the client, as an OBM, we gotta make decisions that may be right, may be wrong, but we have to call the
That's
shots.
good. Yeah.
And yeah, and I got, and I think because of that training and the structure, the systems that we
Mm.
learned inside of OBM, I I've put together everything that I already know,
Mm.
created frameworks for everything. And I use that in my clients.
Yeah.
So, and right now, because my growth was so fast, remember February, I was a VA, right? I was a VA. March, I was still taking OBM program. And then July, we took the 1 week certification exam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. After that 1 week exam, oh, I'm like, okay, now I got the badge.
Mm. Yeah.
What do I do with the badge? And then, um, as a chatbot builder, VA chatbot builder, I became an agency. So I started to outsource the implementation side of things, right?
Yeah.
I hired VAs, I hired a right hand, I hired an operations manager to work alongside me and step also into that leadership role. She's like OBM to an OBM.
We're just talking about 6 months now. It's just like, oh my,
my
yeah.
my growth just
Yeah.
accelerated that fast. And then when I towards the end, I stumbled upon Melissa Froelich,
Yeah.
the mindset coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
and that really helped me, right? So I became an agency. I was getting to, 4 clients max.
Whoa.
I couldn't scale it. I
Yeah.
already couldn't sleep at night, and I was capped at $12,000. I
Mhm.
was capped, and I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here. Like
Mm.
there's something not working here.
Mm.
And as I go back to what I really want to do in this online space, I again, I really want to scale my business, right? And the
Mm.
only way to do that, I find, is to teach others what we know,
Yeah.
right? And so, because I was turning down clients already for my agency at that time, I couldn't scale. I would do
Yeah.
them a disservice if I if I accepted their money, because I knew I couldn't help them anymore. I'm just capped, right? So and I was having anxiety because anytime a ball could drop and it's on me, right? Because I removed myself from the implementation. And I just got so scared. Maybe that's why. And then I focused on creating systems around everything so that I could teach everything that I know to people. So I started. Imagine this. This is just within a year, right?
Yeah. We still are.
It's not over. And last month, and then for some reason, I couldn't get the same results with my client, with my $75,000 launch client, right? I couldn't get the same result with the other clients that I've worked with. And I started to doubt myself. And it was coming back, right? All these negative self-talk, like, who do you think you are? It was just luck, But no, we did it again the following months. We did it again. It worked. Something was working. And then I realized, you know what? You cannot be 100% accountable as an OBM for the success of your clients.
Thank you so much for sharing this, because this is, I know some people who are here now on this live, and please send us your questions. They are struggling with like, okay, I have to do this job, and then I have so much more responsibility. What if the outcome is not as expected, or if I did it before? Yeah, but we are not responsible for the results. We are there to put the system in place and to keep everything running.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we cannot be held accountable for the results, right? Because especially sales, there are a lot of other factors that affect the sales, right? And it goes back to you as the CEO of your own company. Are you connected with your audience? How's your relationship with them? Have you actually developed the know, like, trust factor with them? How's your offer? That's not on me. That's on you, right? How's your offer? How's your messaging? Are they resonating with your messaging? That's not on me. My job is to put the systems together in the back end so you have a business to run. But 50% of it is mine, 50% of it is yours. That's why CEOs should really stop micromanaging, because it takes away, not because of the people that they hire, but because they're supposed to be focusing on money generating activities, CEO tasks only.
And not about all this little stuff.
No.
Outside. Yeah. I just try, because I just remember, sorry for interrupting you, just when I first heard the word micromanaging, I had to look it up because it's not so common in the German language. So sorry for interrupting you. It's just it's nice if you're not so confirming. I know that there are at least 3 ladies here who are just like, yeah, I have to listen to this. I for sure I will understand only 50%, but I have to listen to this. Just ask me a question. You can drop your questions in German or in English, whatever fits best for you. We will make it work.
We'll make it work. Or in Filipino. Or in Filipino. Feel free. I'll translate it for Petra. I really love this, because especially English is not our first language. That held me back for a long time. And you know what? It's not that. It's a mindset thing. It's a self-talk, right? Because they don't care. These people that we want to serve, they don't really care. As long as you can make them understand.
The system is running, everything's fine. It doesn't matter in which language, just keep it running.
Just make sure that you can actually deliver the work, right? Not necessarily about like grammar and all that, because that held me back for a long time. Like, oh my gosh, the is, are, have, has, been, had.
On in with that. Oh my!
Over,
I,
through.
I was going through some texts that I sent in within the certification a few weeks after it, and I was reading it again, and I was like, "What did I?" And they let me pass with that. Okay, thank you. But it really should not hold you back. No way.
Yeah, yeah. Because I always thought that that was like an indicator of your excellence, right? Like of your what you can do.
Yeah.
It's not really. It really is not. So now, guess what? I've opened up a coaching program by accident.
What?
Like, it just happened because remember, okay, so when I said that, why could this system not work with the other clients I've worked with? Why are they not getting $75,000 launches? And I started to doubt myself, and I had to do this hard thing for myself. I had to start getting out there and drink my own Kool-Aid. Right? So, oh my gosh. And you remember, I had to hire an anxiety coach because I couldn't face the camera. Like until now, I feel like I'm just looking at your face. Because I thought it was anxiety. I thought it was something's wrong with my brain, right? But at the end of the day, it was confidence. What I realized was that I wasn't convinced that I was good enough. That's why I was having this anxiety. I had, yeah, I was not applying the self-love strategy that my coach was teaching me about. And you have to really give yourself grace to grow at your own pace, like even if you have a business coach, they cannot make you do the things that are hard for you to do, because it's a process. Everything is a process. So I don't know, Petra, if you know, but the 5-day challenge that I did on day 5, when I was supposed to pitch my offer, and the chat bot just didn't sit right with me. It's so embarrassing. I was at Walmart buying more coffee because I needed coffee.
Yeah.
And I just fainted.
Yeah.
I blacked out.
I was reading that. I was so shocked. Like day 5 pitching and poof, Marjorie to hospital. Yeah.
It was because in my heart, I knew I wanted a scalable offer. And people were wanting me to build chatbots for them. And I know that if I built you a chatbot right now, as an OBM now, right?
Yeah.
Like I've graduated from being a chatbot builder. I am now an OBM. I care about the business. I knew that having a chatbot is not enough. A chatbot has to be dynamic. A chatbot has to be tweaked over and over and over again. And a chatbot has to be part of the entire strategy of how you run the business. It's not a one and done thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I refused to sell chatbots. On day 5, I pitched the Amplified CEO program because I don't know what came up, but I just this is what I want to do. And people bought, and I didn't close them.
Yeah, because they come for you for your energy and not about all the technical stuff that's flying around in your pretty little head, but they're for you.
Because I told them that, hey, a chatbot is just a part of it. It really is not the thing that will get you unstuck, because I know a lot of them were stuck in their business, and the last thing that I would want to give them is another shiny object syndrome thing to go for.
Yeah.
Right? And I shut down for a while. My husband had to uninstall my Facebook from my phone.
I heard.
Because I couldn't stop, right? I couldn't stop. I just love it so much. But at the same time, yeah, I turned on Netflix again and slept all day Saturday. And then I regained my strength. And then I asked myself again, right? What do you really want to offer?
Mm.
Right? So for me, I really felt like the best way I can serve these people is to take them through a process, right? With a mindset first, and then let's do the skill set and the tool set.
Yeah.
It all starts with a mindset. And if you're not with me there, I don't think I can help you.
Mm.
So yeah, Anne Marie said chatbots sound very interesting, even if it's not very popular. It is very interesting.
Yes, I think it is not popular here yet. This is the thing, because people are scared here that like a robot is controlling my messenger. I'm not talking to a person, but that's not what's happening, right?
No.
This is exactly this was now my German part. Yeah, this is exactly. I can do that.
You can humanize your chatbots. You can add time delays, emojis. You can even name them. And then just manage the expectations. Just tell them straight up, hey, I'm a chatbot. You don't have to pretend like it's an autoresponder robotic thing. Where can I learn? YouTube. Just just Google messenger marketing. It starts with Messenger, and then eventually it will open up for WhatsApp. And now the Messenger bots are combined with Instagram DM bots. But then again, you don't have to be scared, Petra, because it's not hosted in your own Messenger. It's hosted in your business pages inbox. So that's the difference. So it's okay if it sounds robotic. They will know because it's your business page that they're talking to, not you as a person. Yeah,
that's so great. So, but then you just I was still with that question. Okay. What is now what happened now the last few weeks? So we are now at that point where you said, okay, I just pitched a different program. I had to find out what's really inside of me, and we came to the clue that yes, without heart you can't sell anything, like we just saw with your clients before. And it is the same with your ants. Even if you were pitching something completely different, in the end it was your spirit, your love to the clients, which is supporting them.
Yes, people buy because of the relationships, right? They don't. That's why it's important that the know, like, trust and factor is important, because once you get to the trust part, even if you don't have the skills yet, the client will pay you money. Right? They will pay you. Like this client of mine, remember, when he hired me, he didn't know what to call me. I didn't know what to call myself either. So we just settled at the assistant role. But he called me, whenever he talks about me in his lives, he called me his right hand. His right hand. So that's good enough. I said, I like that. Now looking back, what made him hire me? And then I was going back to our initial conversation, and because he went live, we met in a live event. We met in a live event, Funnel Hacking Live. He gave me those books, actually. And then we formed a relationship there. I became his client for affiliate marketing. And then what else happened? During live conferences, the relationships don't really happen during the conference. It happens when you go out for coffee, have lunch together, and you connect, right? When you connect, you see the inner side of you, like your core values, right? He found out that I have a family, I have kids, and I adore them, and I have a husband who makes me laugh all the time, and that made sense to him because maybe I'm a pretty stable person. I actually have a family. I can run a household, right? So that's what happened, and then he went live. He was already scaling. I was watching him grow his business and I was still stuck, right? And then he announced in his live that he needed an assistant because his coach told him that in order for him to scale, he needed an assistant. So I messaged him and I said, "Hey, I saw your live. If you are wanting to hire an assistant, can you consider me?" There was no application process, nothing like that. It was a relationship, right? And then would love to. Let's hop on a call because he didn't know how to hire himself. Really, he didn't know that process too.
Yes, and this is exactly the secret. Like Anna's saying again, like I don't have all the skills, and that's not the point. That's not holding you back. This is simply, it's in your mind. It's just people want to work with you because it's you, and not because you took like 1,000 courses helping.
And start with building relationships online. Yeah, right. Like start with that. And once one person gives you a shot, give it your all. And don't stop until you get that person results. Because until now, my clients came from that client.
Yeah.
Right. So
you have this one big shot and give your everything.
Yeah.
And the rest comes by itself because everybody's like, okay, how did she do this? Okay, she didn't do it alone. Maybe this person would be great for me as well. Yeah.
That's what happened. That's what happened. And then we just kind of like grew together, right? We grew together. And then I became an OBM. So start with building relationships online and offline. And establish the know, like, trust. I would say don't entertain the automation yet when you are getting started, because the foundations, it's really like the mindset, has everything to do with the mindset.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Amplified CEO program, I pitched, right? Nobody bite. Nobody bought from that pitch because it was awkward. It was cringy. It was everything else but great. So, but I was DMing people. I was asking them questions. Where do you want to be? If I can help you, would you join? If I have you the whole time in my mind while I am building this program, will you join? Will you be my early adapter? Right? Because from the background that I had, remember, I'm employed here as I was an education specialist. So I was training doctors on how to use a front-end speech recognition software. So it's techie. It sounds techie, but it really isn't that. And then I was training them on how to use the device, but it required a lot of training. So where was I going with this?
I love those lives when they're just turning so well. Like, oh, that's unicorn.
Like, where was I going with this story? And then what happened then? And then I'm like, okay, I can teach. Not one too many, but I can teach. And then I talked to people in the DMs and I hopped on Zoom calls with them, right? When the time is right, you hop on Zoom. And then once you see each other in Zoom and you actually get to see each other's eyes and you connect, that's when the trust is established, right?
Yeah.
So when I said that, like, because I won't promise anything that I can't deliver, right? And right from the start, I already told them I'm bossy, okay?
The role. This is like Like we've been told in the certification, own your role.
So I tell them there will be times that if you don't do your part of the bargain, like I'm gonna call you out because I'm invested in this too. Right? Yeah, that's what I need. So I'm like, okay, let's work together.
This is weird, like, okay, having like a client and saying, you do this now.
Yeah.
But they need it so desperately because I remember when I was in the very beginning, when I was all alone working, I was always hoping for somebody to join me, that I don't have to face this all alone. And then just taking the turn and saying, okay, why am I not, well, it's not me who's this person to the other one.
Yeah.
They need it. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I opened the Amplify, and because of the trust factor that I've established with these people, and I told them, remember the one thing. And then Marge, but the chatbots. I said, you don't need chatbots. Chatbot building is not a CEO task. And then when I created that belief for them, like, you have to really stop doing the non-CEO tasks, because it's going to get you nowhere, right? So that's what happened. That's what happened. So guess what? Day one, I onboarded these clients, right? And I told them, okay, this is what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going yet. Just to stop the doubt, right? Then and there, I addressed the doubt, right? Like, I don't know where I'm going with, but I'm going to do everything to help you move forward. Okay, so one by one, are you guys comfortable doing a 5-day challenge? Because you saw me, you watched me, you saw that I was brought to the ER. That's how scared I was. But are you willing to do this with me? And then they said, yeah, because if you could do it, we could definitely do it too, right? That actually empowered them. So everyone in my Amplified CEO program are launching 5-day challenge. And guess what? They are doing only the CEO tasks because everything else is done. You don't need to learn the little things.
Yeah.
You know, so all you need to do is actually get in front of your audience and serve them well. That's your job as a CEO, right? Show up and serve them and love them, right? Have their best interests at heart all the time, not yours. It's never about you. Because I'm watching brands online who are like all about them. They're posting, all right, their coach said, I have to I have to post 3 to 5 times a day. And they're doing it, but they're taking it literally. Like, just posting doesn't mean.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, okay, I have all those fancy Canva build pictures and posting them, and then I'm wondering why it doesn't work. And then I try to figure out, okay, maybe it's the time, maybe it's the wrong channel. But in the end, it's not that. It's the connection to the people.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I wasn't really marketing my services. I have like an inbound marketing strategy in place, which is nothing. I build chatbots, right? I'm supposed to automate things, but because I understand that I'm never going to close clients through automation, I have to get them on the call.
Yeah.
And that's where the magic happens. Because when you connect and I ask, that's another book that I would recommend, The Ask Method. The way I discover what they want and what they need is I ask them questions. And you gotta be really good at asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The answers are already in them.
Yeah.
You just have to probe it, like probing questions.
Yeah.
To them, and then they will realize, yeah, that's not who I am. Because like this guy that I worked with as a VA, I asked him, right, like, Why do you need a VA? Why do you think you need a VA? Because and then I kept on asking questions.
Yeah, like 5 times why, and then you come slowly to the point.
Yeah. And then we settled with, because when I go live, nobody's watching and it affects me.
Mm.
It affects me. It affects my delivery. It affects my content. It affects my confidence. So overall, it affects his business, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta figure out how I could get this guy eyeballs whenever he goes live. So I did that with chatbots. So
Yeah.
that's when I diagnosed the problem. The problem is that he needed help with engaging people with him, because it gives him the energy to move forward and keep moving. So that's the deep desire that we have to diagnose with these people, because high ticket clients pay for high ticket results.
Yes.
So focus on the results and money will come.
Yeah. Oh, what a word. This is so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I mean, where would we be now without the certification program? But maybe you also want to tell a little bit about your group and how people can join it, and tell us more.
Yeah, sure. I've started this startup CEOs group on Facebook, and I have now over 100 members, and that's because I really feel in my heart that a lot of startups in this online space are not guided well. They're not doing it right. They're ending up spending money they didn't have without having income coming in yet. So I know that because I've been there. I was misguided too. I thought I needed to invest on this, invest on that. I have to buy softwares and tools and more courses. And it's not really that. It's not that. So I've started this group to tackle mindset, skill set, tool set of startups in particular. If you are getting started online and you don't know where you're going yet, join my group. Because from
definitely, I will post the link here for everybody who wants to join, because it's so important. Because even when the group doesn't have to be big to have value, people think like, whoa, a group she has, I don't know, my former client had a group of over 4,000. Okay, I was really impressed. But if there is no exchange, if people are not communicating, this is not worth it. And I also know that when, for example, if you're going live and you have to feel like, okay, come on, let's go out of here, or maybe where are all the people? Okay, I know for me now, here it's 6 o'clock, I know now people are eating and this is stuff, but I also know that this is in a replay for a long time, and then people will also follow this. But then you have to be there on the point if they have questions to deep dive again and to help them again.
Keep them engaged.
Yeah.
Because these people are still looking for their space, right? For their place online. Like they don't know what to pursue yet. And I invite you to join my group. Yeah. And right now I'm actually doing a 5-day challenge. This is my day 4.
If you hop into her group now, into your group now, when you start in 1 hour, I think, right? Or 2?
I get carried away. 2 hours. In 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, so you have 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, 2 hours. But
prime time here. 8 o'clock is in Germany, always prime time. Yeah.
Oh yes, and go join my group. So so it's all about one offer creation. Why one? Because the one thing, if you don't choose one, you don't end up committing to anything, right? So you have to commit to one thing, get really good at it until you get to 6 figures. And then after that, that's when you start automating your stuff and building your big teams and all that. But you can hire a VA that has who has the skills that you don't have, but that's it. That's about it.
Yeah.
No automation yet. So yeah, should I post the link here? Maybe
Yeah, yeah, do it. Right. This would be amazing. Yeah. Just feel free.
Yeah.
But I will also put it up again, of course, in each live we're posting. We are running this live within the Facebook group, but also on my page and on YouTube, just to make it, accessible.
I've actually hosted a watch party in my profile. If you don't,
Yes, I love that. Amazing, amazing. Yes, of course.
right? Yeah, because I really love to talk about OBM
Yeah.
and how it can really help me.
Yeah, and especially during the certification, it was such an eye opener for me. Just like, now I know what real engagement is. Now I know how to help each other, because I have the feeling sometimes here people are like, I'm scared to deliver my all that I know to somebody who could steal my knowledge or something. And this is not it.
My gosh.
Nobody can, because it's your energy. Yeah.
If you want to give people results, you have to give away the farm, like give everything you've got. Don't hold back. Don't even think about setting boundaries yet. Again, you go back. How badly do you want it?
Yeah.
Right? How badly do you want it? And the OBM, I think, the OBM certification paved the way for me in a way that I have gained the skill sets and the tool sets, right? And the leadership mindset too. So so you have to, if you don't know what to do yet in this online space, maybe an OBM is.
Yeah. I know that actually Anne took the road from a VA to online management assistant, and is fancying around OBM, I think, as far as I know, because it is about, you don't need to know more tools. You have to do it. You just have to do it. Yeah. So, Marge, anything you want to add, or is there anything that we forgot to talk about so far?
No, I'm so enjoying this. It's so
Maybe I could go on for hours now, but I want to know, like,
That's why, if you don't mind, it's in the private chat, because for some reason I can't post in the comment section.
Yeah, I saw this as well. I will, for sure. I will, when we finished, I post it directly so that we have it pinned up.
Thank you. All right. So again, I think what I just want to share with you guys is that you have to be ready to receive when it comes. But until then, work on the mindset and be very careful about the self-talk, because that's a liar. Choose to think positive thoughts, to have positive thoughts, because once you listen to the devil brain, you can't survive in this online space. That's it.
It's taking energy, yes. And so and I will also, for sure, I will post Anne is so sweet. I will post the link of your challenge for sure. And also, if you're interested in becoming a certified OBM as well, I'll leave you the link for Sarah Nokit's program. And next Tuesday, Kiva will be here. So I'm really looking forward to March. Maybe then you will join us just watching, because we all know Kiva, she's a good soul. It's so amazing. Like, she's holding everything together, and in any way, it's so amazing to see when I look back on the certification how different we were all, but how all fitting together. Like there's just a whole, and it still is. Yeah, this is this is the spirit I have to go. Simi is here.
Simi is here. Hey, Simi. Yeah, I'm so happy that you started this, Petra. I really am appreciative of this, because they don't know what we do and how important OBMs are to run a business, right? They ignore the back end, but really the back end is like as important as the front end of your business, of your storefront, right? So yeah,
you can't drive a fancy car without a motor. Huh?
Exactly. I love that. I love that analogy. Yeah, so that's what we are, you guys. Anyway.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us today here for this interview. And for you guys, I hope all of you will now jump into her group and take part of the challenge. Still available. I think, will you take off the replays, or they are still available, right?
They will still be available. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Amazing. So, if you have any questions left, wenn da noch Fragen sind, lasst sie einfach da. Just leave your comments below and we will for sure answer them, even if it's a little bit later. Well, if I'm sleeping, you can still answer because it's just, I don't know, afternoon for you then.
Yeah. Oh, I still have a challenge, remember? So I gotta start.
Okay. Thank you so much, and take care, right? Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Petra. Bye-bye.